Hi everyone, it's Sherry Carroll here for SimonsSaysStamp.com with the full reveal of our August 2014 card kit called Summer Dreams. I'll do a little walkthrough of the entire kit, and I'll start off with Ice Cream Dreams, which is a really great 4x6 stamp set designed especially for this kit. Next up is an assortment pack of embellishments. You will get at least 5 of these, and they are by Simple Stories. Also, you'll get 2 distress markers, the first one being Squeezed Lemonade and the second one is Peacock Feathers. Also included in the kit is a sheet of Tim Holtz watercolor paper, 12 sheets of Bo Bunny lemonade stand papers, and I'll go ahead and flip through these. So many fun bright colors and patterns for this summer selection. I think I have one hiding here behind. There we go. A nice black and white sheet. We've got ice cream cones and really nice small patterns for card making. And of course the Simon Says Stamp sucker. The cardstocks are all Simon Says Stamp cardstocks, including green apple, orange peel, sunshine, and the white 120. So that is what you get in your August 2014 card kit by Simon Says Stamp. I've made a fun summer card using the stamp set with the popsicle and a couple of the icons, plus some of the Bo Bunny paper, and a message strip at the bottom. To start off, I'll be stamping a couple of the popsicles. I've put them on my block already, and these are the 2 from the set. And I'll be doing some white embossing, so I have my little pouch here. I'm using the smooth side of the Tim Holtz watercolor paper and my anti-static pouch. I'll be stamping these with Versamark ink. You could also use a white ink, a white pigment ink that is, and it's just really simple. Just go ahead and start tapping onto your stamp. I'm known for being an over inker, so I go over several times. I don't want to miss any areas. There's nothing worse than once you go to emboss and you realize that you missed an area, especially when you can't see the ink. So I'm going to go ahead and set that right onto my paper and give it a good press. I am stamping 2 of the popsicles right now. I'll save one for another card later, but I'm giving this a really good press, making sure I get in the middle and on the edges, and then I can pop that off. And the next thing I'll want to do is to add my white embossing powder, and this is the Hero Arts embossing powder. I keep it in a tub with a spoon, and I can just go ahead and scoop up some of that powder and pour it over that stamped image, and it holds on, and I'll tap off the excess from the back. I'll give it a quick inspection, and once I'm happy with that, I'll go ahead and heat it with my Milwaukee heat gun. While I have my embossing supplies out, I'm going to go ahead and jump forward and go ahead and do my little word strip here. So I have You're So Cool on my block, and I have a strip of that green apple cardstock that I've cut into a strip. I'll go ahead and line my stamp up onto that strip, make sure that I have it even top and bottom and left and right, and once I'm happy with that I can go ahead and press down. I did put a little bit of adhesive on the back of my strip to hold that in place when I did my stamping, and that helps hold everything together. And once again, I'll just go ahead and run my white embossing powder over the top. I'll go over a couple times and tap it off from the back, and then I'll heat set that. I've decided to play with the Peerless watercolors for this card, and I'll show you how these work and what it looks like on the inside. So they are strips of concentrated color on the front side, and it actually shows the color of the ink or the paint on the back side. So I'm going to start off with yellow, and I will tell you something that's going to happen is it's going to look green in my video. I don't know why, but the first thing I want to do is to add some water to the area where I want to paint. By adding the water, it allows the paints to just flow into the areas that you want, and since I'm using the embossed areas, it will create a little valley, and the colors will just sit right inside the white lines of the embossing. Once I have my area wet, I'll wet my brush once again, and I'll start pulling up the color, and you can see how it lightens up on that sheet. Make sure that I get that nice and good and wet. And now I'll just start tapping onto my watercolor paper here. And this is where it starts to look green, and I have no idea why. I've done all the white balances on both the camera and the video program. But just know in real life it is truly yellow. So I will keep adding water and keep grabbing some of that color off the Pureless sheet and continue painting. Next, I'm moving on to a deeper orange, almost a red, and again I have wet that paper and I'm grabbing the color off the Pureless and I'm just allowing that to flow. I'm kind of going from the right to the left so that it's more concentrated color on one side. So I have cut out my popsicle here, and some other stamping that I've done is sweet, and that's off the set. And I've used Butterbar ink for that, and I've also done some of these little heart icons. I have used some foam mount on the back, and now I can start my assembly. I have about 1 3/4 inch strip of that ice cream popsicle page, and I'll just use some adhesive and put it onto the back, and then I'll just mount this to my card. And once I have that in place, I can trim off the excess from the top. And now I can just start adding my pieces in an arrangement. I'll start off with my message strip to give me a base, and then I can start adding my popsicles and little icons. And here's a look at my finished card. You can see that the yellow is truly yellow and all my elements are popped up, perfect for a nice summer card and a special treat. Here's another look at the Simon Says Stamp 2014 card kit called Summer Dreams. Thanks for watching.